Welcome into guys Wake Up Sports Podcast live. We have a special guest with us tonight, Mr. Reoccurrence, Mr. Wonderful. Shout out to the Underdog Fantasy Bets, where you guys can use any one of our codes for a matching deposit up to $100. Shout out to our other sponsor, Funko Pops. Let's get into it, Pete. What you got for us tonight? We are discussing
Okay, the wide world of sports. The first thing I want to bring up is Isaiah Bogues basically pulled a OJ Simpson with his baby mama. And more details are coming out about that story, because literally the whole thing is that personally, if I'm being honest, he might not even start in the league, which is going to be kind of crazy. I mean, how do you guys feel about that whole situation? First, he did it with all his animals, and now he's doing it with baby mama. How do you guys feel about the whole situation?
With animals. That's my question.
He basically did a Michael Vick.
He left him out on the porch without food and water.
Yep. He basically did a Michael Vick. So, and back-to-back instances in a matter of a month. He's already doing this.
Let's put it this way. I don't respect no one that puts hands on women. So that, and then what's it called? If you had two instances back to back, I think the Chiefs are probably going to end up cutting him at this point.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
110%.
To go along with everything else that's going on in Kansas City this offseason, yeah, Kansas City. These players in Kansas City need to get their act together.
They think that they're unstoppable because they're winning Super Bowls. But could you also see him getting dropped and then someone pulling off like an Adrian Peterson of picking him back up again?
I mean, if he gets clear to everything, yeah.
Somebody will. Somebody's going to.
All depends on how much time
Let's see what's that. I mean, the thing is he's staying in the league? That's the question, because the NFLPA and Goodell, they could ban him from that league for all this stuff. So,
yeah.
And personally, I think if a lot more comes out, because I literally just saw the Isaiah Bogues thing, probably about 5 minutes ago before we started. So if more stuff come out about this, his whole football career is screwed.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
So that's the second story I have is Boston Celtics won the NBA Finals.
Boo.
Boo.
Also, I have a question for you guys. Do you think this team could possibly beat the Nuggets team that won it last year?
Heck no.
Hell no.
Boss?
No, I don't think so. Where'd he go?
Me neither.
Hey, I will say though,
I guess
Jason.
He'll be back.
I will say this: Jason Tatum made the most iconic picture of all time, throwing his son up in the air. That picture.
But did you see that he tried to recreate the Kobe?
I did not see that one yet.
It's so bad. He tried to recreate.
What they call it is but yeah, you also look at it whenever they announced what's his name?
What's up, Chad?
Jaylen Brown. When they announced Jaylen Brown. What's up, Chad? When they announced Jaylen Brown as Finals MVP, he looked pissed off.
I mean, if I'm being honest, I understand Tatum did have a better series.
Look at the percentages though. Brown shot better, so got to do what you got to do. And hey, at least now the Celtics have passed the Lakers in championships. So
here's my question: how long do we think Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum can actually stay together and keep doing this?
I think maybe. I think it falls apart possibly next year. I think it falls apart next year.
I see both. They're still Jaylen Brown's under contract for 4 or 5 more years with the Celtics, and Jason Tatum's only got like 2 or 3 years left on his deal.
There we go.
So I could see it falling apart either next year or the year after that.
Are you guys ready for the next story?
Yep.
The next story I have is basically about, if you guys didn't know, the Euro for soccer's going on. So, and basically today was like the last day of like the first round of group stage of group stage matches. So basically in each group they have 3 games, and this is basically like the first week of games, and I'm just gonna basically say who won each game of each group, and basically give you guys a update on that. Hold on, I'm about to pull it up.
Goal.
What's up?
Let's go. Hold on, sorry, I'm having some technical difficulties right now. About to pull it up.
Well, while we're waiting on that, Pete, Zach, how you feel about beating NC State to stay in the tournament last night?
Hey, listen. All I gotta say is, for the 6th straight time in postseason, we have sent them packing. So, hey, all I'm saying is, we're gonna beat Kentucky tomorrow. We're gonna go face Texas A&M. We're gonna beat them twice. We're gonna go back to the World Series, and we're winning it. Okay, we're winning it.
Okay, guys. So basically the first game of the tournament was basically host country in Germany playing Scotland. That was a complete destruction game. Germany won 5-1. And then basically on Saturday they had Spain versus Croatia. Spain absolutely spanked Croatia 3-0. And then we had Hungary absolutely get smashed against Switzerland 3-1. And then also that Saturday, the last game of the day, it was Italy and Albania. And the crazy thing is, guys, is that Albania made history in scoring the fastest goal in Euro tournament history. They scored the first goal in a matter of 33 seconds. 33 seconds. Fastest goal ever.
Holy crap.
But they lost 2-1.
I've scored faster on speed dating, just saying.
Scored
then the
faster
Sunday
than
games.
foosball.
Then the Sunday games, we had England versus my country, Serbia. England won 1-0. Netherlands beat Poland 2-1. Then we had a pretty shocking one in Slovenia and Denmark. I actually thought Denmark was going to win, but they tied 1-1 against Slovenia.
Denmark didn't win.
Nope, they tied 1-1 against Slovenia. 1-1. But then we had 2 major upsets Monday. First, we had Romania absolutely spank Ukraine 3-0.
Hey,
Also,
Romania's a sleeper team.
They're actually not. They're not a sleeper team at all. But
Dang.
this was the biggest upset in tournament history. We had the number 3 FIFA ranking team, Belgium, lose to Slovakia 1-0. But the thing is, Lukaku, basically star player for Belgium, had 2 goals that got disallowed from VR. So basically one of them was because of an offside call. The other, in my opinion, was a inadvertent handball that should not have been called, in my opinion, because he wasn't hitting it down on purpose. Like literally, like the ball came up and it literally hit him in the hand. And personally, in my opinion, VR is destroying soccer. VR is destroying soccer. Because after every goal or after every foul, they literally go look at VR, and it slows down the game, and it pisses me off, in my opinion. So then we had, hold on, guys. Sorry, my phone's being weird trying to pull up the rest of these games from Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. Basically, yesterday we had France versus Austria. We had France win that game off a own goal. Basically, the thing is that Mbappe crossed it in, and an Austrian defender literally headed the ball into his own goal, and they won the game 1-0. But, and also another story that I have for Wide World of Sports that's also going into that game. During the game, Mbappe was going up for a header, and he made a head-to-head a collision with the Austrian player that actually broke his nose. And he will be out against the Netherlands. But in my opinion, that is not going to affect France at all, because, in my opinion, France is one of the most deep teams. So basically, I think they're gonna have no problem basically getting through the group stage, and hopefully he'll be back for the knockout stages and
Wait, isn't
around the 16
Mbappe the one that just signed that contract with another team?
with Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yup.
And personally, in my opinion, basically he's possibly the best player right now compared to Messi and Ronaldo.
I would agree with that.
He's
Because I heard, going
What's
off
up?
what you said, Pete, I heard Messi said he's not leaving Miami. He said that's the last team he's going to play on.
Yes, it is confirmed. He is not doing the World Cup or Copa of America. So, and then the final games today, we had possibly a scare in Portugal, and them basically almost losing to the Czechoslovakia 2-1. Thank God for a last-second goal from Ronaldo. And then we had Turkey beat Georgia 3-1. And that's what I got for the results from the first week of group stages from Euros. And what's the last thing that I had? I forget.
Esports.
Oh, yes. I'm actually going to throw that over to Wonderful. So, what's going on in the esports world, especially how they just announced the World Cup of esports?
So far, the World Cup is happening. If no one knows what that means, different countries are going to be able to try to see who is the best Call of Duty team in the world. So far, the U.S. has 4 teams that are locked in to play, and that is Minnesota Rocker, Atlanta FaZe, LA Thieves, and Toronto Ultra. Now, the other teams that are playing, we're going to be seeing TSM is coming back. G2 is coming back.
G2
is coming back. We got Virtue's coming back. And possibly we might be seeing a new team forming, and it's just going to be an all French team, which means we're going to be seeing Hydra joining that team, and he won't be playing for the U.S.
Oh, dude!
So Hydra will not play for the U.S. in the World Cup. But if we're going to be, in my opinion, I don't think the U.S. should have all these 4 different teams. We should just be making one big super team, like what France is doing. I mean, that's all they're doing.
Yeah, we definitely should.
It doesn't make sense to me. Like, if we were gonna do an all-star game, an all-star team, if Scump wasn't playing, I wouldn't watch it. Honestly,
it's probably
if we were doing an all-star team.
Off that, it's probably just people with egos. They don't want to join teams with other people.
It is. Some people are really hard to play with. Like, let's go with Optic, for instance. When they brought in Ghosty, he was a rookie. He came onto the team early to replace Illy. Ghosty and Dashy did not get along. That's why Ghosty was gone. Dashy just basically said, "Hey, I can't work with this guy. He's got to go," and that's what happened. And it's kind of stupid in my opinion, because Ghosty's actually doing really well. And we're getting to the point of Call of Duty champs now. These bottom teams are now pushing themselves to go to the top. Toronto is actually looking like they're going to be number one because everyone is starting to play very well. Atlanta FaZe, they're not as dominant as what they've been. The Tiny Terrors, Simp and Abizi have been going negative, which we don't see that very often.
No.
They're going negative. LA Thieves almost beat them. But again, Draza was able to pull a big clutch and just win the game for them. Minnesota almost beat Ultra, and this one actually was really dumb because their new player, which is Spark, if you watch the very end of it, he should have ran to the hill, but he didn't run to the hill. He stayed at the bottom and let everyone from Ultra gain access to the hill, and they won when they only needed 3 seconds on the hill.
Oh.
He didn't do anything. Absolutely nothing. So if you watch the end of it, you can see other teammates on Rocker basically like throwing their hands up and basically yelling at him like, what are you doing? Like, why are you even playing with us? Like, if you basically threw us the game, just basically threw him under the bus. But it's already too late to try to replace players because champs is only in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Oh, damn.
It's next month. And as of right now, if Optic does not pull it together right now, Optic won't go. They're 1-4, which is shocking. Like they're one of the teams that might not go. Vegas might end up going. LA Gorillas is starting to turn things around. Thieves is right there. They could take Optic's spot, which is what Ghosty's been trying to say, that he wants to bring them down because of what they did to him, and he's showing that right now.
Okay. All right, guys. Let's move on to the main thing that we're all here for.
Wait, we got one more topic, man. We had something crazy happen on Monday Night Raw that we haven't even discussed yet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you dang right we did.
We had a few
That's
things
right.
happen that needs to be talked about.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first
Sorry
we
about that.
had
Wonderful's gonna
had
be in the
Drew
triple threat match.
Wonderful.
Basically-
No offense, but if you entered the triple threat match, I would make sure I got in there so I could just whoop you. Okay.
the first thing that we found out is Drew McIntyre had basically quit WWE storyline wise.
Yeah, I mean, it's just to build a storyline for him against Punk. We're gonna wait it up all the way to SummerSlam, and McIntyre's probably gonna end up winning the match, and then from there we don't know what would happen.
So what needs to happen with, in my opinion, with Drew McIntyre and CM Punk, what we need to see is a Hell in a Cell match with those two and just completely go all out.
Well, what I've been
All
hearing
out
is
match.
they're not bringing back Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, but they're thinking about bringing a pay-per-view back, an old school pay-per-view called Bad Blood.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
And it's going to be the main event of that pay-per-view would be a Hell in a Cell match.
I think that's what Drew
I'm
McIntyre
not
and
gonna
CM
lie. No, if I'm being honest, I would rather see McIntyre and Punk in the ambulance match.
Oh.
I want a buried
What
alive
match?
match, honestly.
I do want one of those too.
Dude, I miss the buried alive matches, though. I miss those.
Hey, Triple H, if you're
Oh,
listening,
very alive
book
match.
these ideas, please.
But no, the biggest thing we got to talk about that ended Raw. Jey Uso won the first match of the qualifier, and then all of a sudden the lights went out. And after weeks and weeks of anticipation, the Wyatt Six SICK have returned or have debuted.
They made their
Yep.
debut, and let me say, they couldn't have done it any better.
Literally.
I mean, everyone knows that this was actually a very, if you're a WWE fan, wrestling fan in general, it's a very emotional thing to see because everybody loved Bray Wyatt. That's
Yeah, it
that's
definitely
what this
is.
all was for. This was his vision, and Triple H played it out perfectly. Bo Dallas did an amazing job. I think the people that they picked is a great pick. Nikki Cross, I couldn't think of anyone really better to play it. I think Nikki
I would have put
Cross.
Alexa Bliss.
Now it's rumored that she might be making her return to be joining them,
She will
but
be
she
making a
won't be
return to
Sister
join
Abigail.
down.
She won't
No,
be
she won't.
Sister Abigail.
She'll be playing as something else.
Yep.
Hey,
But
Josh. I don't know if you realized it, but up in the up in the bleachers, and like at the very top and everything
Yeah,
during
they were
the
there. They were there.
during the main event, Uncle Howdy was standing there watching them.
yep.
He was there all night. He was standing
They,
there during a lot of the matches.
Yeah, he was just
but
standing there looking.
did you guys also see on the other side? He was on one side, but you start seeing three more creeping up on
Mm-hmm.
the other aisle, and a lot of people were just saying, "Oh, those were just people standing there watching the show." And it's like, come on now, let's not be dumb about it. We know that it's Uncle Howdy and the
So
family coming in.
this is what I got to say to people that did not like the slow build up to it. It's like y'all need to learn with Triple H. A lot of things happen very slowly.
Yep.
He's all about long term storytelling, not these short stories that end in like a week or two.
Yes. Now, what do you guys? Who do you guys think they're gonna attack first, or go after?
I've been saying this for a while. When I saw Braun Strowman come back, 'cause I thought he would have been part of it. I think they go after Braun first for not coming back with him.
I can see it.
that.
I can see it.
Here's what I think they're gonna do. I think they're gonna put all the tag teams on notice. I think they go after all the tag teams first and put them on notice.
Okay. I think personally, it might be the team basically all the superstars that lost like their family. So I think it's either going to be a Jimmy or Jay, one of them two.
Ooh.
Or possibly I can't remember. Or I can actually see what's his face, Chad Gable.
Well, Chad Gable, we saw the Creed. Well, if we're breaking it down a little bit, we saw the Creed brothers right next to Chad
Yeah,
Gable.
he's
So
gonna be part of the Creed brothers.
That's gonna
Now,
be back in the day. There was Team Angle. It's gonna be Team Gable.
Yeah.
They're
Now,
trying to
I
bring back
thought
that
about
faction.
this, and I think he would make a pretty good fit because of the faces he's able to make. Now, call me crazy, but what did you guys think of Otis joining the Wyatt Six?
That's not. It wouldn't fit.
He's too goofy of a character for that.
But
Yeah, but
that's
so
the thing.
Dallas.
That's the thing because Chad Gable that team is breaking up. There's really no point for Otis to still be a part of that group, and
Well, he's not
we've
gonna be.
already
I
seen
think he's
what
just.
the faces that Otis can make can look pretty scary at times. He can have a scary.
I think he
I
just needs
think
to
he
do his
could get a
own thing.
re-image.
Just let him do his own thing because he's been with tag teams all his career. He just needs to do his own thing for a little while.
That could happen too. I do believe that Alexa Bliss will come back and join the family. Another person that could possibly, female wise, could come. What about seeing? I don't know for sure. But what if Ember Moon makes a comeback?
Yeah, but she's on TNA.
No, she's in ROH.
Who?
Oh yeah, ROH.
Oh.
Athena.
No.
Yeah,
but do you think she would leave? Do you think that she would take a contract to join that family?
Nah, probably not because she's on top of the ROH roster right now.
Oh, That's about
Hey,
it.
how
Never
about we
mind
talk
But
about the other thing that's big? And honestly, I think this is bigger than what happened on Monday night. Let's talk about
oh
how
yeah,
Tony Khan showed up.
Okay.
Oh,
I was
Tony
about to say.
showed
I was
up
about
too.
to say. What's called? I thought we was gonna talk about. I can't believe Seth Rollins come back so soon already.
Yeah,
Seth
yeah, he did.
versus.
I think he did. And honestly, I still think Damian Priest holds the title.
I've been saying this. This could be
But
a way to get. This could be a way to get Roman back because you know how Seth Rollins hit Roman to lose, so he lost the title after that. Roman could hit Seth in the back with a chair, and it basically get back for him losing the title. He basically makes him lose the title match that way.
that's true. But what is the possibility at some point? Because we're starting to see Damian Priest telling Judgment Day to back off. He wants to do things on his own. He wants to win by himself, but they're not listening. Do we think something's going to happen with that?
Which
Maybe
what?
he
Oh,
gets his wife plan to help him.
I will say this: the Liv and Dom segment last night that was not PG. That was not PG. That's all I
No.
got to say.
Hey! But I like it though.
Oh, let's talk
I just got
about
to say
that.
this.
Let's
I just
talk
got to say
about. Do
this.
we
Hey.
think
Screw the
Zelina
PG.
Vega got?
Screw the PG era.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go back to the ruthless aggression era where it was PG-13.
Damn.
So let's talk about how they gave EU Sky the win. How do we feel about that? I think that should have gone to Vega. I think
I
I thought it
mean,
Vega
should have
needs
went.
a shot, but I think they're gonna put Vega going again, having another match anyways.
It's gonna be
Vega needs a
Vega
push.
versus. It's gonna be Vega versus Liv at Money in the Bank. It looks like because Liv cost
Yeah,
Vega, so that's what it looks like they're setting up there.
but I could see possibly could we see Alexa Bliss making her return to take the Money in the Bank contract?
Possible.
She did it before.
Very
okay.
possible.
If she does, she'll wait for Rhea to come back and cash in.
Yeah,
Because
And
she's
then,
not going to cash in on Liv. You're not going to have a babyface catch in on a
right.
babyface.
But I think
is Liv?
I think that's the moment that we'll see Alexa come out. Is when if Liv wins the title, keeps her title. I think we're gonna see Alexa Bliss coming out.
Honestly though, who says that Rhea comes back as a heel? She could come back as a babyface,
I mean, that's true. So, I mean, there's no telling.
Yeah, yeah, no.
but
I mean, it, it is a toss up.
we got
Also,
one.
we're not
Yeah.
sure yet because Damian Priest is going to the doctors on Friday to find out about his injury that he
Yeah,
got.
that was a nasty
Yeah,
look.
but
So
let's be honest. It doesn't matter if he's fully like strength or not.
If
Seth
he,
Rollins is gonna sweep the floor with him at Money in the Bank.
Sure.
but they might
maybe,
release the title beforehand.
well, it's only 2 weeks away, so
Yeah, we're only 2 weeks away. So have Priest, and if Priest retains, have Jey Uso, who is my prediction to win the Money in the Bank, cash in on him
no. Be
that
correct,
night.
Mister. Be correct, Mister Yeet in the bank.
Yeah.
You
Yeet. I could see that. I could see that. Who else qualified?
It's just Jay
Jay's
that
the only
qualified.
one so
Just
far.
Jay that qualified.
Oh, he's the only one. Okay, I
But
wasn't
it
sure if
doesn't
there
matter.
was.
He's gonna win it. Like there's no one else suited for a world title role right now but Jay.
But we got one more thing to talk about before we get to our big topic of the night.
What you got? What we got?
The Birmingham Stallions have won their third title in a row,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they did. That's some impressive work that they're doing.
and they've been undefeated for 3 straight seasons.
Best team in Alabama right now.
Is that's the XFL, right?
UFL.
That's
Yeah,
it's the UFL.
Hey, boss. They did something your Georgia Bulldogs couldn't do. They three-peated.
Yeah, but they also did something that an Alabama quarterback couldn't do. They had to go get a Nebraska quarterback to get the job done. Shout out
Hey,
Martinez.
that's true. That is true.
Well, and then they
You want to know what's even crazier? A wish version of Alabama's team final went 3-0 over Rice.
what's it called? What's it called? I can't believe that because Matt Corral had to come in and save the day in the semifinals, and then because Adrian Martinez was sticking it up, then Martinez put on a show in the championship.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right.
All right.
Well, let's get into it.
Oh, hey, before we go over these predictions, and it actually has to deal with the Patriots. Tom Brady is getting a 12-foot tall statue in front of the stadium.
Yes, he is. Robert
Yeah, you
Kraft
remember?
announced that.
Yes, 12-foot
Is
tall.
that because of the number 12? Is that why they're doing it?
It's
I have no clue.
Didn't Robert Kraft announce that at his jersey retirement?
Yep. But it's going to be 12-foot tall.
Wait, when was the jersey retirement?
I think it was
like a few weeks ago.
I think it was last week.
Like
Okay.
last week or the week before that.
Yeah, there was a lot of talk last year when they were talking about putting him in the Ring of Honor when they were doing the nice little goodbye at Patriot Stadium. They said a lot of things.
Oh wow!
But now we got the AFC East prediction.
AFC predictions. Let's get into it, man. So let's start with our guests, and we'll make our way from the bottom to the top. Give us your number 4 and where you think who they're going to be and what their record's going to be.
Wait, it's AFC what?
AFC East.
Your division.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't hear if it was East or what. Honestly, I will. Okay, let's calm down a little bit. I don't want to be a homer and put the Bills at the top. I really don't.
No, this is the fourth.
We're starting at the bottom.
Starting at the bottom. Now you're here. All right, do use a little Drake.
It's tough to say. I think the Bills could end up being 4th. Honestly, now that I'm rethinking it now because Miami could do something against us. If we don't have our secondary together, we're not going to be able to slow down Waddle. We're not going to be able to slow down Tyreek Hill. We're not going to be able to stop them in the backfield. How confident can I say that we are against our number 1? Depending on who our number 1 is going to end up being, it's going to be able to match up with Jalen Ramsey. I mean, I don't know how this is going to look. I mean, if Matt Collins has to go against Jalen Ramsey, is he going to do something? I don't think so. Curtis Samuel, he'll get something going, but I don't think he's going to make that huge impact like everyone's saying. And we don't know what Keon Coleman's going to do yet. Keon Coleman could do amazing for us, or he's going to ruin. He's not going to have as big of an impact. That's why I still think Kincaid's going to be our best option. Kincaid is going to be our first player of the season to get 1,000 yards, I think. I think he'll be the first person to get 1,000 yards.
So, with that being said, who do you got finishing last?
It hurts me to say I think the Bills can be at the bottom. Hurts me to say.
All right. Josh?
All right, at the 4th seed, for the 4th place in the division, I have the New England Patriots. I think they finish 4, and I think it's 4-12 or 4-13, right?
It's 4-13.
Well, 4-13.
I forgot
the
all
Patriots
about the Patriots.
Patriots finished 4-13.
I feel terrible now about what I said because I forgot all about the Patriots. But again, we don't know how Drake May's gonna look. He could do something. We know Drake May's not
gonna start. But they have nothing.
Drake May's not gonna start the year, so he's not gonna start till the middle of the season.
He's not starting?
No.
No. Brissett.
Okay, Brissett's not that bad of a quarterback, though. He's not horrible. He's not. I would put him in the midsection.
Listen,
Yeah,
Honestly, I
but
hate
wonderful. With him
honestly, I
not
hate to
having
say this.
any like good receivers or anything, that team ain't gonna do nothing.
Honestly, I hate to say this. Their best wide receivers are their rookies that they drafted.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is why me in my fourth place spot, I as well have the New England Patriots, but I have them going 5-12. Or hold on, yeah, 5-12.
what about you, Pete?
Okay, my last place team is the Patriots, going 5-13.
You mean 5-12?
5-12, Peter.
Yeah, sorry, 5-12. Sorry.
So
Sorry, the
my
sun hit me.
fourth place team, I agree with Wonderful. I have the Buffalo Bills. I believe that they're only going to win 6 ball games this year. So
I'm not that confident. I mean, sure, I've talked to other Bill fans. I feel like they're delusional. I'm not as delusional of a fan for the Bills. I think logically, like, there's really nobody that just straight out says on our defense that's going to be able to really make a huge impact.
I'm sorry to cut you
Besides
guys
Johnson.
off, but I actually got to go. Can I just say my predictions real quick?
go ahead.
Okay, so in third place, I got the Buffalo Bills going 9-8 and missing the playoffs. I got them going 9-8, and they fire their head coach and GM. Second place team and making a wild card spot is Miami Dolphins, going 11-6. And then the division winner is the New York Jets, going 12-5.
Delulu. That's all I gotta say.
So my MVP is Aaron Rodgers. Defensive Player of the Year is Sauce Gardner. Defensive Rookie of the Year is I was due from the Bills.
Okay.
Yeah,
And I just can't remember his name. Then for Comeback Player of the Year, I got Aaron Rodgers, and then Coach of the Year is Robert Saleh.
all right.
Those are mighty predictions right there. I honestly agree. Now, I do want to agree with Pete on this, because with Zach Wilson, the Jets were hurting on defense, and if you really think about it, the Jets have one of the best defense in that division. Their defense is built to carry them a win, to get them to where they need to be. And with all the injuries that's been happening with them, it was going to shambles. They had to go with Zach Wilson. Now, Rodgers is not his young self anymore. We already seen that. He is injury prone now. He doesn't have to be flashy. He doesn't have to do anything crazy. He just needs to manage and be stable for that offense and just let the defense hold everything down. And they could take over. They could beat the Dolphins. They could take them out.
All right. With all that said, who's your number 3 team in the division this year?
Number 3.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Third place team.
I feel like I might hurt your feelings. I'm gonna put the Dolphins down there. I don't know we don't know how Tua's gonna look.
Oh my gosh,
With
this
the
is
Jets,
crazy.
I'm not sold on it.
So you're saying the Patriots and the Jets are going to finish either 1 or 2 in the division?
I didn't say the Patriots.
Because you picked the Bills to go 4. Now you got the Dolphins at 3. You only got 2 teams left.
Okay. I forgot all about the Patriots being in the division. That's a casual thing to say.
Your division. Holy shit!
I forgot all about that.
Holy crap!
So I do want to fix my fourth spot. It will be the Patriots, but I still think the Bills could end up being last in the division because I'm not sold on their secondary at all.
So basically, you're taking the
and
Bills
the
at the
wideouts. Yeah, we could put the Bills at the third, and then second, I'm putting the Dolphins at second and the Jets on top.
Well,
what you got, Josh?
If the Jets defense stays healthy all season, they have a strong shot of winning. And if Aaron Rodgers stays healthy and plays just not flashy, stable, and manage the game well, there's no reason why the Jets should be a bad team. There's no reason.
all right. So in third place, I got the Jets because we don't know how Aaron Rodgers is going to look. We don't know. That defense could regress from last season, even though they got most pieces back. But it's just I don't know about the Jets. Honestly, I can't say because they had so high of expectation last year that fell flat on them with Aaron Rodgers getting injured, and we don't know what Aaron Rodgers we're getting back this year. So I got them finishing at a good. I got them finishing at 7-10.
7-10.
Zachary, you got.
All right. Wonderful. I'm gonna need to borrow whatever your dealer is sending you because, sir, there ain't no chance that the Jets are winning that division. Ain't no chance. They're finishing in third place, going 8-9, and Aaron Rodgers is retiring after this season. Actually,
Okay.
I don't even think Aaron Rodgers makes it through the season.
All right. So my third place, because y'all are fucking smoking hella glass bulbs. I'm gonna take the New England Patriots. I'm gonna take New England Patriots finishing third with 7 wins.
All right. So my second place team, I got the Buffalo Bills because I gotta respect Buffalo because they have owned us a lot in the past 10 years or so.
Yeah, they've only won 12 of their last 13.
Yeah.
We're 1-13 against them in the last 13 games. So yeah, we had a chance to beat them in that regular season finale, but we choked that game away. So I got them finishing 10-7.
Okay. What about you, Mullen?
I don't know why I keep losing service.
Josh, you're my boy, and I'm sorry, but yeah, the Buffalo Bills are finishing second place. They're going 10-7.
Okay.
But they missed the playoffs at 10-7.
I can respect that. I can respect Buffalo missing the playoffs.
So competitive AFC.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, my second place team is the New York Jets. I'm taking the Jets at number 2.
What record you got for them both?
I'm gonna go. Let's see. I've got the Bills going 6-11. I've got the Patriots going 7-10. So let's do Jets. Let's go 10-7. 10-7 with the Jets.
I can see it.
And who's your first place, Mr. Josh the Casual? Buzz Lightyear looking motherfucker.
I got the Dolphins in first. I've been trying to decide between this because they have a top 5 easiest schedule this year, and we improved our wide receiver core. We improved our defense besides losing Christian Wilkins. We've improved everywhere we needed to, except the offensive line. We need to get probably a piece for the offensive line before season starts, which I feel like we will. And let me go ahead and say this real quick. Why is Justin Simmons not signed yet? That's a crazy thing.
That is crazy.
I think he's realizing what's happening.
He'd look real good in Buffalo. They need the help.
And so I've been deciding between this either 12 or 13 wins for the Dolphins because I just think that's the type of year we're heading towards. And I'm going to say 12 wins just so that I can be comfortable with that. Because I think we'll either finish 12 or 13 wins this year. So I'll go 12, 12 and 5.
All right.
And Tua will finish as a top 4 MVP candidate who will improve on his last season.
All right.
Okay. I do
Well-
want to.
Well, it's no surprise I'm gonna have the Dolphins winning that division. I just don't think them other teams are like as good as what they were last year. Like I don't think they're able to compete with Miami. So I got Miami going 13-4 and locking up the number 2 seed in the playoffs.
Oh, so we get the host first round at home. That's what you're saying.
Oh, you're hosting. You're hosting a game. I can promise you on that. Oh, y'all ain't gonna go up there and have to play in the cold weather again. Y'all can just chill. Now, don't do what the Cowboys did and lose to a 7 seed. That's all I gotta say.
Oh boy, yeah. Don't do that.
Well, I see the Dolphins actually not only winning their division, but having the number 1 record in the NFL and in the AFC. I think that with this team that's built around Tua this year, that they are without a doubt the team to beat. Pat Mahomes, you guys aren't repeating. I got the Dolphins getting the number 1 seed in the playoffs, finishing 15-2.
I was going to say 52, but I just want
15-2.
15-2 is my prediction for the Dolphins.
15-2.
Go look at their schedule. Their schedule is very, very winnable. They have a lot of home games that are going to be very easy. The road games that they go on are not tough, and they play good on the road.
Wait, so
Is
you say
Kansas on the team?
Boss.
So are you
Is it crazy to say that they could finish possible with only 1 loss?
It's not crazy. It's not.
so
Crazy.
you're at those 2 losses. One of them is going to be at Buffalo because we always lose 1 game. We'll split with Buffalo this year. I think we go 1-1.
Divisional game at all this year.
Yeah, you sweep that division. Y'all are sweeping.
See, I would say that. I would be confident.
Jets, 1 game to the Patriots, or 1 game to the Bills this year. I don't see it.
I would be confident saying that, but knowing our history with the Bills, I say we at least split with them.
I think we'll split with you guys. I will say that I think we split.
Well, even if you
And
split with them, 5-1 in the division.
And with them having the number 1 record in the NFL, Tua Tagovailoa will win his first league MVP.
Oh,
Y'all.
Hey, you know
y'all
what? I want to add on top of that. Not only does Tua win league MVP, I'm willing to even put money on this. I see he breaks Peyton Manning's touchdown record in a season.
Now you're trolling.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. He's gonna break it.
What was his touchdown record?
55.
50? 55?
He ain't getting no 55. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I hate to say it.
How close has he been to Josh Allen of getting his touchdowns?
Josh Allen hasn't even touched Peyton Manning.
That's what I'm saying. Like how many touchdowns does Tua get a
Last
season?
year he threw 26 touchdowns and 12 picks.
Okay, that's what I was
Okay,
wondering.
well then I'm not gonna say he
I
throws
could
55. I say he'll go for like
more than
38. I think he throws for 38 with like 10 interceptions.
Yep.
Now,
my only concern about the Dolphins is the offensive line. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's everybody's concern, and we need.
My only
See,
concern.
the thing
That was my
with
same
me
concern with
is
the New York Jets. And that's my concern with the Dolphins this year. Last year it was the Jets offensive line, and that showed to be an issue. That's my only issue with the Dolphins.
the Dolphins
It's not a
got one
problem.
issue
Defense
is
is not a problem. But offensive line, you got to give Tua time. Tua needs at least 3.4 seconds to get the ball off. If
Yeah.
he has more than that, it's going to be a bad season.
I'll go. I'll be the first to go over the MVP and all that for that division. So obviously MVP, we're doing Tua, no doubt about that. Offensive Player of the Year, give me the cheetah. Give me Tyreek Hill. Depoy, I'm gonna have to go Miami here again. Give me Jalen freaking Ramsey. I mean the man's a beast still.
Taking all my picks.
Offensive rookie. Oh, I guess just give me Keon Coleman, honestly.
Yep.
And then defensive rookie. I don't know any of the defensive rookies in that division.
Chop.
Okay, yeah, give me Chop Robinson then.
Yeah.
And then head coach, obviously, give me Mr. Mike McDaniel.
And your comeback player of the year, Aaron Rodgers. And your comeback player of the
Oh,
year, Aaron Rodgers.
I do want to
Oh,
say
my
this.
comeback player of the year. I get who? OBJ.
Oh, I forgot he
Yeah.
went to the Dolphins.
I think OBJ
Oh, yeah.
cleared 1,000 yards this season.
Yeah,
Dolphins
hey,
will have 3 receivers with 1,000 yards this season.
wouldn't this be the first time in like forever
For what?
for a team having 3 receivers with over 1,000?
With 1,000 yards.
I thought the Lions just did that. Then they have Laporta get 1,000.
Wide receiver.
Oh,
Wide
wide
receiver.
receiver. Okay, yep. Okay. I thought just
I'll go.
players in general, not just wide receivers. Okay.
Well, I'll go next on my MVP and everything. I don't think the MVP is going to be Tua. I think it's going to be Tyreek Hill. He's going to go over 2,000 yards.
Yeah.
It's going to be Offensive Player of the Year, Tua. Defensive Player of the Year. Let me give it to Sauce Gardner just so I can spread it around a little bit. Because I think Sauce is one of the best cornerbacks in the league. Let's see here. Offensive Rookie of the Year, give it Keon Coleman because I think by the end of the season, Keon Coleman's going to be wide receiver 1 for the Bills. Defensive Player of the Year, give it to. I think he'll be able to get it. I'm hoping he'll get it. Chop Robinson. Coach of the Year, I'll give it to my coach, Miami Dolphins head coach. If we do not win let me say this though, if we do not win the division this year, Mike McDaniel is gone.
I don't think he'll be gone. I don't think he'll be gone.
Comeback Player of the Year, Aaron Rodgers, and that's about it.
You got anything to say?
Hurts me to say, but we're pretty much on the same boat with a lot of players from Miami Dolphins getting these awards. I do want to say we could. I mean, Keon Coleman most likely is probably going to be offensive rookie, but also we don't know what Ray Davis or Frank Gore Jr. is going to do. I mean, they could have a big splash in that offense. Comeback player of the year, I would have to say Odell. I can see Odell getting it. Another player, rookie of the year, or defensive rookie of the year, I would give it a Chop. But I noticed another person we didn't really talk about. If Aaron Rodgers does go down and Jordan Travis actually steps up and does really well, could there be a chance? I mean, if Aaron Rodgers goes down again, he can still teach Jordan Travis during the season and tell him, hey, do this, make sure you're doing this during practices. Is it wild to say? Is it wild to say that Jordan Travis doesn't come in?
They still have to win 10 or 11 games to make playoffs. So, I mean, it is possible. But
I mean, it is possible, but I don't think Travis is going to come into the league and do that.
yeah. Plus, that leg, they haven't rehabbed it correctly yet. Like, they're still working on that. That just happened, like, not even, 6 months ago?
Yeah.
That's true.
No, that was about 5 months ago because it happened in November.
Yeah.
I think a comeback player will be Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Don't forget, Jalen Ramsey didn't play a full season either. He could be comeback player of the year, too.
Now, was he injured or did he have a suspension?
Yeah, he was injured for part of the year last year.
He was injured till week 10 of last year.
Yep.
Okay. For some reason, I don't know why I keep thinking suspension with him.
Oh.
Don't
Yeah,
tease
I
me.
will say this.
I know Peter did not write this down, but they have a new criteria now for the Comeback Player of the Year award. You can no longer, like just you know how Flacco just basically sat on the couch, came back, played, and won it. You can't do that no more.
What's the
You have to
criteria?
play.
Play so many games.
You have to. Well, it can't be like poor performances anymore, but everything else is still there. Like if you're injured and you come back, all the other stuff, but you can't just have a poor performance and win it.
I think that's
We got our division all set, so let's do our hot takes. Let's do our last hot takes before we wrap up the show. What you got, Wonderful? What's a hot take?
hot take. Be prepared. This is going to be a wild one. Josh Allen gets over 44 touchdowns. Total touchdowns. Total. Not just passing, it's total. And he'll have less interceptions he did this season. Or last season. And he'll get and send the Bills to the playoffs.
What about you, Josh?
Okay, hot take here. Hot take. Let's see here. We got the MLB trade deadline coming up, so I'll say that the Braves trade for what? No, I've been seeing it around that the Braves are going to trade for one of their Rays pitchers at the trade deadline.
Yep. So the rumor is y'all will be trading for, I believe it is Zach Eflin. Which, if I'm being honest, go ahead. Y'all can take him. Just send us some good prospects back, and we're fine. 'Cause I don't want Eflin anymore. Y'all can take him.
I haven't watched the Braves game since Acuna went down.
I've watched one and it was pitiful to watch.
I can't even remember the last time I looked at our baseball fantasy. I completely forgot that was even a thing.
Take.
Actually, this might be a hot take. Ellie De La Cruz wins MLB MVP.
Oh, I thought you were about to say Florida wins the World Series. Okay.
Oh, I already
Is he-
mentioned that, and we're gonna win the World Series.
That's the
So
guy that was trying to.
I know the Olympics are far off, but I have the United States not even medaling.
Boss, that is next month, sir.
I know, but it's
Oh.
far away. I know it's far away though. But
Oh,
I have
yeah,
the
I got
United
one.
States not even medaling.
I got one more hot take for you. Go two more. The Panthers will win tonight, and they will win the Stanley Cup.
I see it.
And last hot take is Caitlin Clark has been offered a spot on the Canadian national team since she's got dual citizenship. She will be playing on the Canadian national team in the Olympics. That's my hot take.
Ooh.
All right, guys. Well, we appreciate everybody coming in to watch the Wake Up Sports Podcast. Shout out our sponsors, Underdog Fantasy Bets and Funko Pops. We appreciate you guys coming in, and we will see you guys Thursday. No, we're not doing it Thursday. We'll be live
Friday.
Friday. Yeah. So make sure you guys check us out. Appreciate y'all.